Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I literally just got an Oura ring yesterday and I had been thinking about it for so many months, so I wanted to do a little review sharing my experience buying it or getting it gifted because it technically is my birthday gift and my first impression. So anyway, let's rewind back to actually ordering this. I had been wanting this for so long, so Chris decided that he was going to gift it to me for my birthday, and you're actually able to buy it and note during the process that it is going to be for a gift so that the person that is receiving the gift has like an account associated with this, so that when they receive the ring or when they receive the sizing kit, they're able to immediately just input the right size and you don't have to really do anything as the buyer. Like the shopper, or not the shopper, the person receiving the ring, which would have been me, I was able to log in and immediately say this is the size that I want without having to go to Chris and be like, can you please just put this in so that I can get this ring size. So anyway, that's a really cool thing. They shipped out the ring kit and it supposedly was delivered, but we never received it. Chris immediately reached out to Oura and they were so kind, so responsive right away. They were like, so sorry, we'll send you another one and we'll like send it expedited. So I got it within like 2 days. It was amazing. When you buy the Oura ring, you have the choice to either select already the size if you know what size you are, or you can get the sizing kit so that you can try out a couple different sizes and then decide which one is the best one. I ended up getting the kit because I had no idea what size to wear, and this is what the kit looks like. It has rings from size 6 all the way to 13. You can see right there, and obviously it's all numbered so that you can select the right one. They pretty much mimic the same thing as the ring, and so you can see that it has those little dots at the top which are actually mimicking the sensors from the ring, so that you can try it on and then feel it and see exactly how the ring would feel on you. I was between a size 7 and a size 8, and I ended up going with a size 7 because it felt better in the sense of like the ring was actually staying in place. The 8 was really comfortable, but it was sliding a little bit, and so I DM'd them and I was like, listen, to be completely honest, I'm definitely like a 7.5. The 7 feels fine, a little bit tight, but you know, like nothing crazy. The 8 feels super comfortable, but it does slide around very easily. And they were like, look, we totally get it, but if you're between 2 sizes, we always recommend sizing down because it will at least like ensure that the sensors are reading your data properly, like your finger data properly. So anyway, if you happen to be between 2 sizes, Oura says to go a size down. Once I chose my size, I went with the size 7. I decided I'm just gonna wear this for 24 hours and see what happens, because I do know that when I sleep, my fingers get a little bit swollen. So I was like, I want to know what it feels like to sleep with this and see if it's gonna be super uncomfortable when I wake up the next day. So I highly recommend wearing it for 24 hours. Oura says the same thing. They recommend wearing it for 24 hours to see what your experience is like. Make sure that it is 100% the size that you want to go with. So I suggest wearing it for 24 hours, doing your normal activities, seeing how it feels, and then making a decision. Once I was ready to place the order and say, yes, it is a size 7, I literally just put in my email address and they immediately sent me a one-time login code, or not code, link. And I literally clicked on that link and he immediately pulled up the ring that, the ring that Chris bought for me. And it said, okay, just make your size selection. You just put the size, click submit, and then that's it. They take care of everything. The ring shipped, I want to say it shipped either that same evening or the next day. So it shipped super quickly, and it shipped with like priority mail, so it arrived very, very quickly as well. This is the box that the ring comes in, and so when you open it, the ring is technically here. Obviously I'm wearing it right now, but it's here. This is actually the charger that you're going to use to charge your ring. It also comes with the cable, obviously, so that you can connect the charger to this end, and then this end is a USB port so that you can connect it to, if you have like an iPhone charger, like the little block thing, you can just connect it and then connect it to an outlet. It has an information leaflet and it has a quick guide, which it's literally just images. So all you need to do is just be able to like read the images to understand how to charge it, and that's pretty much it. How to wear it properly, I guess. When I received it, the first thing that I did was charge it, and it actually charges very, very quickly. I downloaded the Oura app on my iPhone and you can actually pair it immediately. It pairs through Bluetooth and it does it very, very quickly, and then you can immediately see the charge or like the battery life that it has. And I think when I got it, it was at like, I think it was at 68%, and it went to 100% in, I want to say like 20 minutes. It was wild how quickly it charged. So I was like, oh, this is amazing. This is what the Oura app looks like. And so here I have my steps for the day. If you want to see your battery life, you just go here, which in this case I have 86%. So I charged it yesterday and it was at 100% last night. And so today is already 14% down in almost 24 hours, I want to say. Not bad at all. It has data like your heart rate, temperature, activities, readiness, sleep, all this kind of information. Obviously you get all this data after wearing the ring. It doesn't come pre-populated because you haven't worn it. So after a day of wearing it, you get your readiness score, your sleep score, your temperature, literally everything. Obviously the heart rate you get right away because it's reading it immediately, like from the sensor, but everything else, the activity and all of that, you get afterwards. Also, I totally forgot to mention, but this is the Horizon Generation 3 ring in gold. And so anyway, that was basically my experience buying the ring, getting the ring, sizing it, all all that kind of stuff. When it comes to actually using the ring, I mean, it's only been one day, one night, one whole day basically. I'm just gonna give my first impression. I'm probably going to do a full review in a month, 2 months when I've been able to, you know, use it properly. I'm gonna share my first impression just as the ring on its own, but also how it compares with my Apple Watch, because I do have both and I have been wearing them both. Anyway, in terms of comfort, totally fine. Definitely got the right size, not an issue there. I was able to sleep with it. It does have a red light, so when you're sleeping at night, it wasn't enough to bother me. Also, I sleep with a sleep mask on, so I didn't really see it. But I actually have heard some people that are like, I don't like sleeping with it because of the red light, but I actually really want to sleep with it because I want to see that data. But there is a red light, so like once it's all dark and everything, you'll literally see a red light around your finger. Now, when it comes to data, especially sleep data, I actually had a really bad night last night when it comes to sleep, and I was surprised that the ring didn't fully reflect that. It did show that I didn't sleep enough. I mean, it said that I was basically just at the cusp of not being okay, but it still said like, oh, you know, it's good, whatever, keep going. But like 1 point in the good. Like if I had gotten 1 point less, it would have been like, you need to do something about this. And when I was looking at my readiness score, which basically tells you how ready you are for the day, sleep was in the red. It was like, okay, everything else is fine, but your sleep needs to be worked on. Totally get it, Oura. Honestly, I totally get it myself. There is a beta testing that they're currently doing for sleep that actually takes on, I gotta read about it because I don't want to say anything wrong. So it's called New Sleep Staging Beta, and it says that it's based on a state-of-the-art algorithm that has been created and verified in collaboration with several research institutes globally. The enhanced sensitivity will match Oura's sleep staging with sleep lab accuracy. So while this is on beta, it basically shows you, it's a little bit more sensitive, and so it shows you what it actually thinks happened when you were sleeping in terms of the sleep cycles and all that stuff. I honestly think that the beta, when I activated that and I basically saw the score based on beta, or not the score, the sleep cycles based on beta, because the score is still focused on the, what do you call that, alpha? The regular stuff, whatever, the existing thing, the existing version. Those scores remain the same for now until this, I guess, exits out of beta. And the beta sleep cycles were so much more in line with what I was feeling last night. I was up for a very long time last night, and the original format or whatever actually showed it as if I was semi-asleep when I was just literally trying to stay in bed in one spot and not move too much so that I could finally fall asleep. The beta detected that I was still awake though. The non-beta was like, oh no, you're just in light sleep mode. So it didn't fully registered correctly. So I actually think that the beta is better because it's a little bit more sensitive, and so it totally understands like, okay, you're actually still awake. So the beta was a much better reading in my opinion based on what I experienced last night. Now, if I had gone with the beta, like if that was showing up right now for the results, I'm pretty sure that my readiness and all the other score would have been off, so absolutely awful. So once that exits out of beta, I suppose, my scores will definitely be different. But honestly, I hope to be getting a lot better sleep by then, so it'll be perfect. My goal is to get to that optimal stage. When it comes to readiness, it also shows things like your heart rate variability, your respiratory rate, your body temperature, and your resting heart rate. It takes a few different contributors to determine how ready you are for the day, like your resting heart rate, HRV balance, body temperature, recovery index, sleep balance, previous day activity, and activity balance. You also have the activity, which one thing that I really liked is that you can either focus it on calories or steps. I personally want to focus it on steps because I know that focusing too much on calories is not particularly the greatest for me given my history with counting calories and eating disorders, so definitely not something that I want to focus on. And so I changed it to focus just on steps because I definitely want to get a good amount of steps every single day, and so that to me is way more important than how many calories I'm burning, because right now my biggest focus is just getting an active, not so sedentary lifestyle, or keeping up with it, because I technically already have that. Especially if you see my video of my treadmill, because I walk while I work. No active couch potato here. We are moving all day because I was having so much pain, and now my body feels so much better that I'm more active. Anyway, it also has some meditations and sleep stories, which I actually haven't tried yet, so I can't speak to them, but I'm very excited to try them soon. Now, how does this compare to the Apple Watch? So I pretty much have worn them the exact same amount of time today, or I want to say maybe I had the ring on for just a couple minutes longer than the watch. And for activity, it can either detect, some sort of activity and then say like, hey, do you want to log this activity? We detected this. You can select what kind of movement it is, whether it's walking, running, CrossFit, whatever it may be. Or you can click this little plus button and then you can add a workout or record a workout heart rate. Now, how does this compare with the Apple Watch? When it comes to certain data, like for example, my steps, right now it says that I have 17,500 steps. According to my Apple Watch, I currently have 18,414 steps, almost 1,000 steps higher than my Oura Ring. According to my Oura Ring app, I have walked 18.9 kilometers, which is 11.7 miles. miles, while my watch says that I have walked 8.4 miles. So even though this one is reporting more steps, it is reporting a shorter distance than my Oura ring is. I'm not really going to focus on calories because really, again, that's not something that I'm currently measuring, but it does still show me the calories. And there is a difference between the calories that I have supposedly burned in my Oura ring versus my watch. It actually, according to the Oura ring, I have burned more calories than my Apple Watch says. That's pretty much like the biggest difference when it comes to the data. Obviously, there's a lot more differences between a watch and a ring. The reason why I want to keep both is because I love getting all my notifications here, so I don't have to constantly check my phone. I literally just get something and I can see it right away and either respond or, you know, put it for later. This one I feel like is so much more comfortable to sleep with. I cannot stand sleeping with this. It is super uncomfortable. I just literally have to take off anything on my wrist when it comes to sleeping. And so this was a big no for sleeping. This one is super comfortable. I don't even feel it. Also, something else that I love about the Oura ring that Apple Watch doesn't do, at least yet, is that with the Oura ring, you have rest mode. So you can actually enter into rest mode so that it's not telling you to move your body. It understands that you may be feeling sick or extra tired, maybe you're jet lagged, whatever it may be. So it's not really pushing you to do something. I cannot take a rest day with an Apple Watch. It literally will constantly tell me that I have not moved my body enough, that I have not burned enough calories, that I have not stood up enough hours, that I have not worked out enough minutes, like all this kind of stuff where it's, I can't just toggle an option to say, hey, I'm resting today, please let me just be. So honestly, whenever I know for a fact that I'm, you know, like sick or just not feeling well, or I just don't want to do anything, I don't wear my Apple Watch because it annoys me how much pressure it puts to do something, to move and all that kind of stuff. So I really appreciate that for the Oura ring. Anyway, that's like my first impression, my comparison of the Oura ring to the Apple Watch, my order experience, just really like the beginning of my Oura journey. As I mentioned, I obviously want to test this out for a longer period of time before I make an actual review of the product and my experience using it. So stay tuned because probably in a month or two, hopefully I'll be able to have enough data and information to share my progress and be able to share a little bit more about my full experience actually using this ring. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you have an Oura ring, please leave that in the comment section. Tell me what your experience has been like, if you liked it. If you had one and you don't like it, I also want to hear why. And if you have any questions, also leave that in the comment section. If you like this video, please give it a like, a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.